All right, guys, this is part two in the C240 with the engine control module problem or water intrusion. So I went ahead and took the cover from the other side of the computer. Let me grab it 1 second. So this is the other side. So I don't have a light here. So let me just get my bearings. Okay, the problematic area that we were working was right here, and this is the sticker 188. So as you can see, I removed the cover from the other side. It was just silicone. So what I did, let me move the camera 1 second, guys. Let me put this down here. Got your um, space in here. So this is the cover. I'm sure it's being shown correct. Okay, so as you can see, it has just a little bit of a silicone on both sides. So I'm going to clean this and reseal it later. But I cleaned the board with a brush in there, so I don't have silicone in my bench. And this is the back cover of the computer, so I'm just going to put this on the other side. I mean, away. So let me get you looking at the screen right now so you can see what I'm looking at. And the other side is truly not bad at all. So I went ahead and look everywhere around. I don't see any major water intrusion in here, no corrosion. We can see, let me find a spot that we can see like a white. Gonna have to adjust a little bit the microscope as I go because the board in this side is going to be an angle since the connector for, the main connector for the computer is in here. I'm trying to look for white tracks, and that is definitely, I mean, the video doesn't show as good as I see, but I can tell you there is a white, what can I say, like a mark from water going around or moisture, which is, I mean, very normal. That's why they put that clear coat on between the pins. This is where you can see a little better. That's my doggy. So you can see right here we got this right where the pointer is. We got these white marks. That's definitely moisture. Definitely not as bad as the other side. So I'm going to dip this board onto the ultrasonic cleaner, which I have not turned on yet. So I need to warm it up. All right, finally got the ultrasonic, almost in 60 degrees. It's like 54. Hopefully you guys can see there. All right, that one is almost done. Okay, so it's done. Let me turn it off because I don't want to keep heating anything. Oop, wrong button. All right, gonna leave it in here for a little bit. So the next thing, like I was saying, you need to find, any container. This is the one I use for all the iPhones and boards that I work on. And then just put, alcohol on it. Because this is going to help us get rid of the moisture from the ultrasonic. Then you blow air. I use the hot air to dry it up. But yeah, this is what you do. You just go back and forth. I leave it in there for a while. Then I take it off. I blow some air. I got compressor air here, cans, and I use the hot air as well. Okay, so now the board is clean, and I want to show you how that looks. I mean, it's impressive. Truly, this ultrasonic makes a huge difference. So I hope you guys remember. Let me actually locate the board as we have it before so you guys understand better how clean it is right now. I mean, the alcohol and the other chemical that I apply, which is a flux remover for PC boards, it does a good job. And I think that everything together and after you put them into an ultrasonic cleaner, it just makes a huge difference. So we get to see better a little bit of those pads and the tracks that were really dirty. We have those capacitors that look okay. This was one that I was a little concerned. Let me get to zoom a little in there. It doesn't seem to be bad. I think what we're gonna have to do is actually remove them from the board and test it. For that, I'm gonna need always, when you need to remove something from the board, it's good to put a little bit of a flux so the temperature will spray better. So I'm going to remove these three and check them all. I think that first one is something else. I should do it. I'm going to move it a little bit on the side so I can put my hot tweezers. Okay, I'm a little bit on the wrong side. I'm gonna need to use the hot air to warm this up a little more. Or put some soldering. That is, not let it. Yeah, this is a higher temperature soldering. All right, so let me use the other tool that we have here. I'm gonna take some of this soldering, clean the tip on this. So that's what you gotta do. So you change the actual mix of material to make it easier to remove. This one is dirty, right? I think now we can use the hot tweezers. Clean the tip of this. As you can see, that was perfect. All right, we got one out. Gotta put them in like order to compare. All right, we got those out. I'm gonna use the micro tip to clean the pads, which they look good. This one is the one I don't like too much. Got a little bit of a flux in here. If you guys can see that corner, it doesn't look that good. Gonna put some clean flux in there. I mean, some clean soldering. You can always, just clean the tip of the iron. That will be also sucking a little bit of the extra, or use a wicks if that's the case, because that's definitely too much. Then I got rid of it of some of that extra. Just touching it. All right, that looks very good. Now the next thing we're going to do is check this components. So let me stop the video 1 second. Okay, I moved the wire away, and now I have the three capacitors as I remove it on the table. Let's check the first one, and you're gonna have to trust on my readings, because I cannot put both at the same time. So this one is telling me there is a 33. Wow, that flew away. They're so small. Luckily, this is still here. All right, it's like a 33 microfarads. Gotta be very careful with handling this so I don't lose one. Believe me, this is hard. So 33 microfarads. That's the first one. And it jump again, but this is still here. This one just jumped a little bit, not too much. All right, so let's measure the next one, which was the center one. And it's telling me 10 microfarads. And this one 33. So as I suspected, that center one, which is the same size and everything, is bad. It's definitely not giving us the right reading. Yeah, that one is giving me just blew it away. 10 microfarads. And put it back into the middle. Trying to, put the tips right, and this is in there. Yeah, 10 microfarads. It's a little hard, but I think I got the reading right. I'm gonna check the one on the right now again, one more time. I flip it around so it can get to the base. 33.5. And this one, which is the first we remove, is 32.9. Yeah, 32.9. Oops. It jumped, but it's still here. So I will consider that center as a bad cap. Let me look for one. Let me start the video and I'll be right back. Okay, what I decide to do is I'm going to set those caps that are good back into where they belong before I lose them. So for this, I'm going to use the micro tip. That's all you gotta do is warm it up a little. What I do is I usually just set them up like this one. It's actually no good. Uh, Need to get the twister because it's trying to pull it to I don't need it. See, like this, it's kind of set up where it goes. And now I can come with the hot tweezers and fix it up straight. Some people like to use the hot air. I don't. Not when I don't have to do the whole bore. See, see, that's perfect. You have to have a steady hand, but as you can see, that looks pretty clean, pretty good. Now let me look for the other cap and I'll be right back, guys. All right, I found the next capacitor. Took me a while to find it. Got another computer here, and it's hard to find exactly the same capacitance. All right, so that looks good. Yep, that's good for me. Let me turn the soldering machine off. And now I'm going to clean up section only with alcohol. I need a little. Oh, the alcohol is deeper. I like to use first alcohol and then the PC remover or flux remover. But with this little applicators, I can remove the flux faster. Remember, the rest of the board is pretty clean, so we need to go back to the ultrasonic cleaner for just the flux in here. All right, that looks good. You guys are seeing what I'm doing. And now a little bit of a compressor. Take it off of here. I think I'm going to use this flux remover. As you can see, the alcohol still leaves residues or residues of the flux. This is supposed to not leave any residues. All right, one more time, let me get out of there. Yeah, definitely. You're gonna see. This is definitely the best thing to do. I'm trying to clean the table a little. But as you can see, look at the difference between the alcohol and that chemical. So for those who haven't seen it, so this is what I'm using. It's a flux remover for PC boards. It's safe on plastic and zero residues, and it works very well. All right, guys. This is as much as I can or think on doing on this board. I'm going to actually look at the wire diagram and see if I can supply power to ground and see with the thermal camera. Oh, I forgot to show you my last tool that I got. It's from Flair. This is unbelievable. This is the E6. Hopefully you guys can see it there. So this is the Flair E6. It's a thermal image or a thermal camera. And I mean this works fantastic. So my goal is to put this on a, just to show you. Maybe it's not really coming out so clear in there. But this, I mean, show you the hot spots, cold spots on and anything on the board, in the wall. So my goal is to connect it on the car, kind of like hold it on the side of the of the fender, and without covering completely the computer, use the thermal camera, and then take a look and see if we have any heat spots. I will probably let the car run and monitor, and I will show you that on a video. This will be probably the end of the second part, and the third part will be installing this on the car and testing it. So we'll see how it goes.